Hey. What's up, Reese? Stereo and Jack from the Woodhouse. Good to see you. Kimberly Santos Kutna. Hey, Queenie. Dr. Sherry Jones.
Hey.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, look, y'all ain't sneaking in tonight. I'm glad you're here. Makes it all work, guys. It makes it all work. This is the place to be. Katina, Washington. Hey, you know what? If y'all see Katina back in the back, she got this cool hairdo. This kind of smooth up like that. I wish I had hair. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hey, Lydia, how are you?
All right, Big B.
Yeah, buddy.
Hope everybody doing well.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get on and get started. How about that?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Gonna let everybody in as you come in.
Yes, sir.
Come on in. Have a seat. Gather around the tree. Big B, we should be live on YouTube.
Yes, sir. We are hot. I see it right now, buddy.
On YouTube.
We are ready to roll, man.
Everybody's doing well. Y'all can dance if y'all want to. Hey. All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right, we're going to get started. I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up?
Are you sharing your screen?
Everybody, can you see me?
No.
All right, we're going to come in.
I see you. I
You
see
see
you.
me, Big B?
I see you.
All right, we're going to come in.
Yeah.
A second. We're going to come on down.
As soon as he comes out of the screen, you'll be able to see him. Yeah. See that, man?
All right.
You just too hot for me, boy.
All right, can we see each other now?
Yeah, now you
All
got it.
right, there you go.
That was
there
worried,
you
man.
go.
Like, I can't see the brother. Where you at?
Live and in color. All right, we want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Good to hear and see everyone, and hopefully that you're doing well and you're staying dry. Make sure you go on mute. Everybody go on mute. If you're not talking, please go on mute. All right, who is that not on mute? Who is that? All right, we got down there, Naya. Gotcha. I got you.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Here we go. All right, I want to welcome everyone. I'm glad everyone was actually able to get in today. We were having a little difficulties with the live stream coming in, but that's all right. We're back. We're getting things in order, and I want to welcome you to the family tree. And this is a place where we can find all that is holistic, all that is organic. Most importantly, this is the place where you find the family. And we go by the ancient Laurel customs of gathering around the tree because this is what we used to do, Big B.
I know that's right,
We got
buddy.
around the tree,
Yes,
we talked about whatever was going on. Anything in your heart, your mind, anything going on in the world, we gathered around the tree to talk about these things. So this is where your real social security. You got to say it for me. Say social security. You got to say it slow because that's your real security. It's your family. So with that, we would encourage you to be a part of the conversation this evening. If you want to join in the conversation, look down at the very bottom of your menu. You may see the reaction bar. That reaction bar, click it, and you can raise your hand, and you can get in queue, just like Big B up there always. Big B. I don't know which side you on right now. But as you come on in, you can ask a question, concern, anything on your heart and mind, and we'll try to get a chance to answer it. If you're someone that doesn't want to go on screen or video, you can actually just put your information down in the chat box, right in the chat box, and then we got Prophetess over there. I see you, Prophetess. AKA Fingers. She's gonna put it down for us, y'all. And she'll tell y'all, she'll put it in the chat box and we'll try to get to your question. If you're someone that's calling by phone and you missed the prompt where it tells you how to actually raise your hand, No worries. Just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to get you in. How does that sound?
Sounds
All
like
right.
a
I
winner to
want
me,
you to
buddy.
come on in and enjoy yourself. You might want to shoot somebody on the text or something. Let them know we're live on YouTube also.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you have someone that may want to tune in, didn't get the Zoom, have them go into YouTube and then just punch in Dr. Paul's Holistic Health Network and they can find it. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. We're going to get started. And remember, Big B, I want to give the host with the most the hand. Let's give him a hand. Big B, Bill Morgan in the house. What's up, buddy?
Yo, man, look, I can't. I
Yo.
had no problem. Hey, oh, look, I can't even get my mouth to work because my head's too shiny. Hey, man, great day today, brother. Hey, look, I'm working with brown sugar today. All this water. My wife said I can go outside as long as I run through the raindrops. Because you know what? When water gets on the brother, it turns into brown sugar. What can I tell you?
It turned into brown sugar. Caramel. All right, brother. All right, Big B, what's going on, buddy?
Yo, man, look, come at you right now from your very, very favorite website, guy. You know what I'm talking about. That's worldomega.info.
That's right. You got it. You got it.
And coming at you guys with our numbers right for the night. First off the bat, coronavirus cases right now 700 live and going on color 704,613,710. Deaths mount up right now to 7,009,373. Recovered 675 million. This is our mental health moment, guys. 675,440,329. Now here we go. Now these are still our active cases as we are right now, guys. Our active cases right now 22,164,008. Closed cases 682,449,702. Hey, Dr. P, we are rocking, man.
Yes.
Folks are doing something about this finally, brother.
And closed cases, man. If you're watching this, it said recovered and discharged 99 percentile.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. Now that's what's up.
Awesome, y'all. That means that definitely we are making a difference out of those that have passed away. There's a large percentage. 99% of people are coming out and doing well. So to everyone. I think people have gotten this thing, Big B. People are really starting to be more conscious about their health. And I've noticed that when people sit down, they already have some level of something that they're doing. You know, we say do something. You know, only life begets life. So you got to do something. Hopefully you're eating better. You know, you're taking care of yourself. And some people are transitioning off of their pharmaceuticals and now they're doing all herbs and things. So kudos to you. Continue to do the good work. All right. All right. We're going to get started. And Big B, did you give them the information that if they want to be a part of the conversation when they get this after the show, they can send something to you so that you can give them a transcript? You want to give them that information?
You got it, Dr. Paul. Do it right now.
All right.
Hey, guys, in order to make sure you get a copy of tonight's check, you know, Fingers is over there working. Look, every time I look at it, all I can see is a spark.
You see smoke over there. Smoke.
Want to make sure you get a copy of tonight's check, guys. Send me an email, okay? That's me, Bill with one on Morgan, to Mecca Video. That's meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. And to do what? To make sure that you do what? Send and support the family tree, guys. You do what? Don't make sure you do that. You use my Cash App. That's what? $ Bill Morgan, the $ BILMORGAN. And if you want to continue to support us by using Zelle through your bank, that ID number there is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Again, Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. And you can also send something to the P.O. Box here in Mullica Hill. That's P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Again, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Hey, guys, we got to keep this information rolling. Remember what we invite your friends, invite your family, invite your enemies, bring them right here to the tree every Wednesday. So, Dr. Paul, you got it, buddy.
All right,
I just got invited. I just got invited, and Dr. Bill just invited me, and it's the first time I showed up. Wow. Let me see what we do.
All right. Well, James, welcome, James. We appreciate you coming in, man. Let's not make it to last time. Welcome in, James. All right, and that's Big B. That's your invitee, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. We're gonna get started.
He had the nerve to reach out to me, and when you look, you know, when you reach out to me, what thing I'm gonna do on Wednesday night? Come to the tree, so we get come together with everybody.
All right. we're gonna get started now, and y'all know this is my favorite time. We're gonna start off with, before we get to the questions, we always have a moment to really reflect on what's happening around the world and with you. And that is through testimonies. Through testimonies, you say 1,000 shall set 1,000. One shall set 1,000 fight. Two shall set 10,000 fight.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
keep that in mind as we go through this. We say this is something that can help somebody that's going through something, actually going through something. Somebody's in something or coming out of something. There's always something going on. So with that, we need a little support. So this is the best place for that. So at this time, we open the floor for testimonies, anything on your heart and mind you want to talk about. You may have used a concept or something that you use, we talk about, or you might just have something that you've been doing for a long time and you want to give a shout. So at this time, floor is officially open for testimonies. Anyone have a testimony before we can start? All right.
I have a testimony.
All right.
Rochelle.
Who is that?
That's Rochelle, Dr. P.
Hey, Rochelle.
Hi, Dr. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to talk about today. I saw you for the first time for my R3A assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're helping me to get on the right track with my health and my illness. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Yes. Let's give her a hand, y'all. She came through.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And give her a hand, Rochelle.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Rochelle.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Bless you, Rochelle.
Awesome.
Yes. And Rochelle, I'm
step.
excited for you. I'm so excited for you because you know what? You are an excellent student. In just a short time that you've been a part of the family tree, you came in prepared. You know what? you pretty much knocked my socks off. I was like, wow, you were locking it in. You were like, oh, I already know that. Oh, I know that. Got my water, right? Got this. You were already ready and rocking and rolling. So I commend you. I'm excited for you. I think you got great potential and possibilities for getting through whatever you got, and the situations that you're going through, that you can handle all of the above. So I say prayers to you, my prayers and the family. We wrap our arms around you. All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
All right.
Now the games really begin now.
There you go.
Now
There
the
you go.
game
There you go.
begins.
Hey, but you know what's so, Rochelle? What's so cool about that? You got a whole lot of team members right here.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
what it's
Family's
all
right
here.
That's right.
Keep your.
Thank
That's
you.
what,
As they say,
Thank you,
Big
thank
B, the game is afoot.
I know that's right, buddy.
All right.
That's an old school saying.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So what do we have? Anybody else that want to start before we go into the questions? Anyone have a testimony? Anything they want to share with the family today? All right. Anybody
else?
going once?
I'm too new to even start, so I'm listening,
Mm-hmm.
so I can understand. But yes, life is tough, and know what? We're tougher, and all the things that I've been through in my 53 years,
Mm-hmm.
Well, amen.
it's just the beginning. Because I got
All
Mr.
right.
Morgan, Mr. Bill.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And he's about like 900 years old right now. God bless him.
Yes. And James, you picked the right side, buddy. You picked the right side. Yes.
All right.
And welcome. And you're in good calling, because Big B is definitely doing some great things. He's going to keep it on the straight and narrow. All right, we're going to get started, and we're going to say to the first one, Big B, we can go either to the chat or to the questions at the top, whatever.
Okay, well, I've got a chat right here. There's a question right here. Is it okay to take trace minerals from the Utah inland seawater? Depends on
Where was it again?
That's Vaughn. Vaughn wants to. Is it okay to take trace minerals from the Utah inland seawater? I'm not sure.
It depends. Is he on there?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, right here.
Go ahead. What is that specifically pertaining to, Vaughn?
It's mineral drops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's
okay.
concentrated seawater from the Utah inland seawater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, and usually if it's I would have to look at the actual product itself because that's a brand
It's
and
from
it's coming from
concentrates.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to look and see. In most cases, as long as it's in its purest form, that's the question that we always have. And it's in purest form, that means you're getting the unrefined version of it. Remember, we are the converters. We are the refiners. So we take those raw minerals and we produce and we convert them into energy. So if it's something that's from its raw state, no process, no chemicals, and if it's extracted, how was it extracted? Those are the questions that you always want to ask with any product. Where does it come from and what is it? Usually, sometimes you'll get good labeling when it's dealing with things like that, if it's from a specific region, and you'll find out if there's been any dumping or if there's been any kind of issues with the extraction processes. Usually, you can go online and find that. So I would say yes, as long as it's in its proper form and unrefined. Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Good question, though.
All
Good
right. We'll
question.
go to LP,
Mhm.
then we go up to Karim in the corner. Dr. Paul, how can I get my blood count up, i.e., RBC, your red blood count, or your white blood count?
Yeah,
What
that's
is
a
it?
balance issue. That's a balance issue. And we said that that's a reoccurring question right now because a lot of people are having issues with blood count. And Prophetess, I'm sure you probably already got them in the chat, but we have a list of herbs that are blood cleansers. And the blood cleansers are not only cleansers, but they're blood builders. One just that sort of pops out, that I think that we need to get back to. One is called Pau d'Arco. And I used to use this one a lot and recommend this, and I used to talk about it a lot. Pau d'Arco, P-A-U-D apostrophe A-R-C-O. Pau d'Arco is excellent because it's a bark from a Brazilian tree. And here with the deforestation issues that are going on in Brazil right now, it's a travesty that we have to even talk like this. But yes, they're pulling all of these herbs and things that are medicinal for the cleansing of the blood, and they're destroying it. They're wiping it away. They're wiping it away. I mean, at a rate of like a football field every few minutes. So I would say this. This is what I would say. Definitely Pau d'Arco. Put that one. You might want to start looking at that one. There's a lot of blood cleansers and blood builders.
I have
that really starts to really raise another level because you remember that movie Medicine Man with Harris what's his
Yes.
remember that man, Medicine Man? You remember that one with Sean
Yes,
Connery
yes.
played that?
Trying to find
Well,
a
he played
spider.
that was a documentary piece, and that was from a documentary piece from a real story of a doctor that went to Brazil, and he actually discovered the cure for cancer at that time. And guess what? It was Pau d'Arco. How about that? So with that bark, you can boil that bark. You can take that bark. You can find it in its capsule form. You can steep it as a tea. All those things can do very well for building blood count. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, though. Got to say that. This is one that's also very good for the lymphatic system. Remember, in part of cleaning the blood, it involves cleaning your sewer system. What's your sewer system? The lymphatic system. Got it?
Right.
That works when you're asleep.
Yep. The lymphatic system is the secondary circulatory system and is the most polluted of systems right now because of these things called PFAS. The paralkula, these particulates of plastic that are being found all in our blood. Did y'all hear that when I did the show a couple of weeks ago, when they announced that they said that people were clotting up, and it was because when they were passing away, they did the study and showed that they had these plastic in their bloodstream. It's getting bad, y'all. It's getting bad. So things like Pau d'Arco works wonders. All right?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my brother.
I have some. Don't they call it Tahibo too?
Yeah, they got a lot of different names for it. It's based on the culture of where you come from. But in Brazil, that's what they call it. They call it different names. A lot of different names.
Hey, thanks, Doc. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. Good blood cleanser, too. Excellent for diabetes, by the way. I don't give it as much credit as I should, but diabetes It's been known to do very well with diabetes. And last point, one of the most researched herbs on the planet by every major university.
Is that why they're destroying it?
That may be. That's a good point. You said it, Lydia, not me. You, you made a good point there. So yes, I would say it is a concern when we have things like this that can heal the nations, and yet they're destroying it within every second of the day. So keep that in mind. All right, my brother, good stuff, man. Good question.
Okay,
Very
let
good
me follow
question.
up something here before I go to Karen, because Flo had something that maybe ties. She says she read an article stating that crystal geyser contains nanoplastic and fluoride 0.1 ppr. Please explain if you know what that means.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They're finding plastics everywhere. Number one, you can't get away from it. When you're looking at crystal geyser, they'll tell you they do a ozone cleansing process to keep their plastic. Look on that big B. You see on that bottle, they'll see they do a form of cleansing with the bottle so that it doesn't leach. That's what they do.
Yep.
Yep. Those are bottled at the source. If they're saying stuff, they're saying a lot of stuff about a lot of waters. It's across the board.
Right.
It's getting in the lakes, the rivers, and the streams. I did not see anything about something going into the crystal geyser water, because usually if it's bottled at the source, it's in the earth. So you're not dealing with that. If it's something,
it is everywhere. Right?
Yep, it's everywhere.
It is
PFAS
in
everywhere.
Antarctica, and
No,
people have been there.
they're not saying they put something in it, Dr. Paul. They were saying about the nanoplastic and about it being 0.7 ppm fluoride.
Right. See, well, what he's saying, that's what I'm saying. Remember, it's not to the level where it's denatured. Remember, fluoride is bad when it's denatured, when it's at its unnatural state. Just like arsenic. You find arsenic in an apple. Got it? So you'll find fluoride. You'll find all of these elements is when it's in the denatured state. You have too much more to get from the water than to worry about something as little as minimal as that. I don't think that would be a concern for you because it's not denatured. It's in its natural state. Yeah, keep that in mind. Because they'll put stuff out and they'll really, I remember when they were telling everybody stop drinking apple juice. Y'all remember that? They were telling everybody stop drinking apple juice. The apple's like, what's going on? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? You can't, I remember that was on, people were getting, it's got arsenic. No. It has arsenic, but only when it's in a toxic rate. If it stays in its natural, nature state has not been denatured, then it becomes a poison. Got it? So keep that in mind. Yeah. You got to put that out there because
the real problem is you get too much sugar and you don't get that fiber that you need in order to have a proper poop. Just, that's the actual problem.
Yeah. See, when you take it, then when you're breaking it down, it's people will look at juice as a problem, but it's not the problem. It's the concentration. They'll think it's the fruit, it's the sugar. It's not the sugar, because fructose is sugar with minerals.
Yes,
That's the difference.
Yes.
They'll tell diabetics you can't drink juice. That's the wrong thing to tell them. It's the concentration you got to watch out for. Too concentrated, which means it pulls the hydration out of your pancreas, and your pancreas can't make insulin. That's the issue. So keep that in mind. All right. All right. Let's see who we got there, Big B.
Karen, up in the corner. Karen.
Karen, brother Karen.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Hey, Karen.
Hello. Just a quick question for a friend. She says, I'm still having circulation problems on the left side of my body, leg, chin, and arms. I don't have any other info, but I just throw that out there to see if you could.
Yeah, whenever they have it left, if it's specifically just one side, the question comes immediately to dealing with arteries, veins, vascular issues. She needs an assessment, because whenever you're having that, that's a concern. I would be concerned about blood pressure. If you can get to find out high blood pressure if she's on medication, things like that. Because when you start dealing with issues of one side versus the other, that is a balance issue that can go back to things that lead into more serious issues. So I would check that out right away. We don't really like that because those are first signs of things like that lead into things like heart attack, strokes, and things like that. You know, we call that the female principle. See, the female will always come to you and let you know there's a problem here. And you might have that little ache in the shoulder, or that jaw starts to itch a little bit, or something get a little tight, or that stiffness in the leg, or swelling in the ankle or the knee. That's the female coming, telling you, my child, you're having a problem. You don't want daddy to show up, because daddy show up, that's a heart attack. Got it? So when you go to the hospital and then you go in and they check you out and they say, well, you've been having these little minor heart attacks. You ever heard anybody say that? These little heart attacks? That's the female principle. So I would definitely not ignore those small signs. If she's been having it, and she used the term still, which means that's a concern, I would definitely say her to get involved as soon as possible. Make sure, give me a call. She can give me a call. I can do a phone consult if she's down there in Florida, or he is down in Florida.
Yeah, she's in Florida.
She's in Florida,
Mhm.
and have a conversation, because I would ask, weight, things like that, medications, things like that, just to probe a little bit, and maybe I can direct her on the right path. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll send her a copy of this
Yeah.
this class
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, remember guys, also when I send the chat out, I also put the link in for the YouTube. So we can forward, when that gets forwarded on the chat, that the PDF is a hot link. You click it and then they go right straight to YouTube to take a look at the program.
And also, I would look into things like immediately when you have circulation issues, there's a deficiency with copper in the body, copper, because copper is it's a transfer of energy. So copper tends to be one of the best things that you can use, or something like chelated copper is what's used, or something like the butcher's broom or the horse chestnut. Things that dilate would also be like asparagus, things like cayenne pepper, things like celery, bok choy, all of these things, the alliums. I would introduce her to those things, but make sure she's drinking the right water also. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
There was a question. It says Sydney's iPad.
And Dr. Paul,
Yep. Who's that?
this is Farouk.
That's
Brother Farouk. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing today, man?
Are we doing all right, man? Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, I'm present by the grace of God.
Hey,
I'm in the county, bro, with my girlfriend, right? And in fact, I'm back here again. But God is. I just wanted to unleash a few things, and I know that you have a meeting. You know what's going on. The first thing is I want to give honor to God, and just because He's our Lord and Savior, and I want to also give a testimony and let all those know that I just signed up to the EWG's email list, and I have the app, and it posts a lot of great information about the environment and how we should be able to basically get in contact with the things that are not being published on media, and which is great. And the next thing is I'm learning about just staying very keen to my health. And one of these days, I'm gonna get an assessment, and of course, I changed my eating habits. Like I said, I've been vegan since August, and because of Sarah. And once you get on like I said, from that meeting, I went in the restaurant and just like I've been a continued customer,
That's
and
right.
then that's one.
They think you stay there, don't they? They say, "What is boy? He must come up out the floor. He must live here."
I became a model, bro.
Oh, boy.
And I thank God be the glory. And then the next thing is God blessed me with a young sister that wants to be basically with me. And then and then she's vegan and then wants to get better with her health. So I told her she could see you, and she has some other friends that want to see you as well.
All
you
right,
know,
excellent.
and I've
Excellent,
been
my
giving her
brother.
some guidance, and stuff like that. And Sarah said, "Oh, you got a great influence in this house and her children too." So,
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right.
thank you,
Hey,
Jesus.
family, that's a stealth.
That's
That's a
all right.
stealth
That's
testimony to
another little
me,
stealth
BB.
testimony,
That's
man.
a stealth testimony.
Appreciate that,
Everybody come
Farouk.
off of mute for
Appreciate, man.
Farouk
Appreciate that, buddy. Yes,
being an
sir. Yes, sir.
ambassador
Yes,
of
sir. Yes,
health.
sir.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Amen.
What's up, my
Amen.
brother?
All
All
right,
right.
Farouk,
Amen.
my brother.
Yes, Lord.
Congratulations.
God bless
Bless
everybody,
you,
y'all.
man.
That's right, my brother.
Congratulations.
Soon.
Stay in the faith, brother. Stay in the faith. Stay on point. You know, we put our arms
Right.
around you, man. Continue to do what you do. All right. We're proud of you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
That's
Amen.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
buddy.
you.
All
All
right.
right, real quick before we go up to Dolly and Cynthia. Dr. Paul, I started doing your detox. However, I'm due to have a colonoscopy and endoscopy within the next 2 weeks. Should I stop? And then stop until until after my procedure. That's from
Well,
Sid.
Yeah. Yeah. If you've been taking it, I would have a question on how far are you coming up
Sid, you
to it.
there? I see you in the corner.
Yeah, if she has, hey, Debbie.
That's
What's
Debbie. She always comes up with Sydney.
She getting off of Sydney's iPad. I
Yeah.
told you, you better change Sydney's stuff up there. But anyway, definitely I would adhere, if you're taking a colonoscopy, you want to make sure you're adhering to the, the protocol that they have so that they can see what they have. If you signed on to do it, I don't know what method you're using. I do have my preferences when it comes to colonoscopy. I recommend the hydrotherapy, which is like Dr. Blake, who's been on this platform before. But anything that you're doing, you have to adhere to the protocol that they're doing so that they can do what they do. So sometimes you may have to take the fluid. I don't know which method you're taking, but you may have to pull off of those herbs. Okay. So you want to have that conversation with them and just tell them what you be transparent and tell them what you're taking. I think that this is a good prep for you. I think it's a perfect prep for you in preparation moving forward, especially if you've been doing it for more than a month. You can see, matter of fact, I would say look for great expectations. That things would be on the up if you've already been doing something. So I would say keep me posted, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
All right.
All right, very good. Up in the corner, Dolly and Cynthia. You with me? Yeah, I know you're there hiding in the back in the corner in the dark.
Yes. Doctor.
Where y'all, Dolly and Cynthia? I ain't seen y'all in so long.
They just
Where
be
y'all
hiding,
been?
man. They be in stealth
Turn the
mode.
camera off.
We miss you too, likewise.
They said,
all's
but you
well
ain't
with
gonna
us.
see the camera tonight.
They
All
say
right.
The camera, you can see the camera.
they say they gonna stay cute in stealth mode.
I'm gonna show mom, not me, mom.
Hey, Mom, what's going on?
All right, Mom.
I
All
see
right.
some glasses over there.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yesterday I visit my primary doctor,
Mhm.
and it's been a long time since I've been to a heart doctor, but she made mention about enlarged heart. And I have had tests concerning my heart. I haven't heard tell of it before. A lady's 6 years old, and I haven't heard nothing about the enlarged heart.
Well, I think that no matter what, you need a good breakdown on what was the test they were taking. I would have more questions for that. Enlarged heart, my question is, you're on medication, right? What meds are you on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Oh, I'm on warfarin.
Warfarin she's on,
Mhm.
and the sodium, potassium,
Mm-hmm.
and what's that? The glucoside. Glucoside. I mean glipizide. I'm sorry, glipizide. And then at night for the cholesterol, she takes atorvastatin. Yeah, that's pretty much it. She's not
Okay.
wrong.
So, how's the blood pressure been?
Blood pressure is up and down. And usually when I go to her office, I see her, I guess it's her nurse first, whatever. And she right away want me on the scales. And it seems like for some reason, I'm not relaxed. and usually my blood pressure is on the high side.
Always.
Okay, so are any swelling in your ankles right now?
No, I don't hardly have swelling in the ankles.
Okay, good. So no swelling in the ankles or the legs or anything like that in
No.
the
No,
extremities,
she had
right?
that when she had blood clots, Doc. When she had that, that's what she had.
Okay, all right. So again, are you taking any specific herbs right now? What herbs are you taking?
Just the
Are you
herbs
taking-
I put in the foods, just herbs like,
Right.
Uh,
Are you taking anything specifically that's for the heart? That's what I mean.
Oh, no,
no.
no.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
I'm
thank-
just probing. So whenever you see things like that, or you have an enlarged heart, or it's pumping more than normal, I would start to, number one, when you take your pressure, be very mindful of your pulse. A lot of people forget about the pulse. The pulse actually tells you how hard that heart is really pumping. And if you're starting to sit down and when you're taking your blood pressure, it's best, number one, as Nitha always tells us, you got to make sure you're taking it manual if you can.
Yes.
But if you can get it done, even if you just don't have the ability to do that, just get a reference. I want you to start to pay attention to the pulse. Got it? Resting state of the pulse, which means that when you take the pressure, you should be sitting for about 15, 20 minutes. You're somewhere around 50 to 69, somewhere around there. When it gets higher than 70 on up to 100 to plus, that means active. So you shouldn't be resting and have a rate of active, if you know what I mean. So if you're sitting around and you're doing your blood pressure, and you've already sitting for about 15, 20 minutes, and then you take it and it's above 70, yep, it's enlarged. Something is actually making the heart pump more. Now, let me tell you what causes that sometimes. Some of that can be things like endothelial disruption. Endothelial disruptions is the vessels in the lining of the arteries and the veins. What happens is if the heart cannot pump this stuff back through the heart, those vessels actually push. And if they don't push, they have to push, they start to get congested. That's when you've heard people say congestive heart failure. That means now you're getting a stronger pump. Now the heart has to pump harder. Got it? So then that can cause enlargements. So I say all that to say, check your pulse from now. Got it?
So that's with the two fingers, right, doctor? Not to cut you off, but with the two
Yeah.
fingers and then you test it.
Mhm.
How long you go till?
But you can, like I said, are you checking your pressure every day with the blood pressure monitor?
No,
She's not.
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, you got to do it.
Well, she takes that. That's what the potassium. That
No.
The
You
salt,
you
yeah.
gotta know your numbers. You gotta know your numbers. Even if it's actually with some sort of something to give you a reference, you gotta start taking your pressure every day. If you want to get off, if your goal is to transition off medication, you gotta know your numbers better than anybody. Nobody should know your numbers better than you. So with that, start to take your pressure, and again, watch the pulse. It's right there on the very bottom. You got a systolic, you got a diastolic. At the very bottom, it gives you the pulse. So I wouldn't make it that easy because you need to have a little more accuracy and understanding, okay? But watch out here's the thing, watch out for things that are, I would tell y'all what it is. A lot of this in the issues with the endothelial has everything to do with, the sugar, the salt, and processed foods. That's what it is. It's pulling the moisture out of your arteries and veins. So watch out for the goodies, right? No goodies, right?
no.
No.
They ready to cut. They ready to cut the teeth. They ready to cut it off, Big
Tell the
B.
truth, saying the devil.
No. It's one other question I wanted to ask
Okay.
you. It's concerning the cheese.
You said
Why?
cheese.
Yes, she said cheese.
It shouldn't be cheese.
No, you're breaking my heart over here.
He said no cheese, no meat.
No cheese. That's the main one right there.
Yeah,
That'll
buddy.
do it. Remember, cow milk is for calves.
It's for calves.
Cheese is glue.
Yeah, it is. Casein.
Casein. Y'all remember? That's what Elmer. Who's the Elmer's glue
The
mascot?
mascot, that cow.
Elsie. Elsie.
But Dr. Paul, I saw cheese is, what was it, Wegmans or somewhere, it was not non-dairy.
Yeah, the question is, well, what else is it?
Well,
It was organic, non-dairy, and I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it.
love.
Just look for casein, okay?
Yeah,
No
look-
It is
casein.
totally
There-
dairy.
There are what's called plant-based cheeses, so they would be a better alternative for you. Yes.
And
So,
that is not real cheese.
I haven't
Be
been
real
eating
now.
cheese.
That's not real cheese.
So what you're looking at, if you're looking at plant-based, if you're looking at something as an alternative, remember cheese is also going to race and it's going to cause mucus, okay, formation, and this can cause infections in the system. Remember, that's for the mammary glands of a cow for a calf, not for humans. And when they say, you know, I'm lactose intolerant. No, we all are lactose intolerant.
I know that's
We're
right.
not supposed to be eating or drinking milk from another species. So keep that in mind. All right. I know the cheese is good, y'all. Y'all tell me all the
So
time.
delicious.
Staying away from cheese.
Get rid of the cheese.
Y'all just come up with these.
Cheese.
Y'all come around with all of the different options too. Try to get around it. Like, well, wait a minute. What
Brioche, Parmesan, you
what
know,
if I
we
just
got
eat a
all
little
kinds of
bit?
cheeses.
Blood thinner.
Get rid of the cheese.
So Di, just make sure you be careful with the cheese, okay? Because
Yes, sir.
it's too thick, it's too dense, and whenever that happens, that'll pull the moisture out of your arteries and veins. Got it? So that's gonna cause a problem. So it could be the cheese that you're experiencing that's causing the heart to pump more, because now the endothelial is not pushing. You know, it's very
Well, I
hard, making it hard.
So I haven't been eating cheese like that. I try to stay away from it, but
Right.
I just wanted to know why are we staying away from it?
Right, that's why, but there's also other things too. So watch out for the popcorn, watch out for the, potato
Butter.
chips,
Peanut
butter, all those
No.
things. See, it's a list of things that have nothing to do with health. It's about preserving it on the shelf and lasting longer. That's it. And that's what the problem is. So we got to watch these things and make sure your water's on point, right? Your water's on point?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
water's pretty good.
You know what else?
homemade potato chips?
Well, you can do air fry. You can air fry, and with just a little unrefined oils, those are things that are as alternative techniques we use. But also, I would say just start to look into more dilators, things that dilate, which means open up. So things like the cayenne pepper, the asparagus, the things I think we just went over that. Some of those things that actually dilate. Vitamin C, the camu camu, does wonders for a lot of people. And it's specifically not the vitamin C. This is the non-ascorbic acid. But vitamin C, camu camu, CAMU, tends to do very, very well for opening up and dilation. Yep, those are very good. Sometimes you can just get the camu camu powder and put it right into your green drink, things like that. So hopefully those things will help you, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right.
But Dr. Paul, one real quick question she had about the high blood pressure. What causes it? Even though she's taking a sodium potassium for the blood pressure, and then the doctor said her pressure is still high. So all of this.
Right. So all of this has a lot to do with it. It
has a lot to do with
food choices. I wouldn't be able to go into your report that you did when last time you came through. But you also have to watch out for your misalignments in your back, okay? Because I believe we were kind of talking about that at one time. So your back may be an issue also, because misalignments in the back can cause that same problem. So when you have contraction or some form of sublation in the back, you got to watch that T2, T5 area somewhere right there. Can affect the pressure sometimes. So you want to look for structural issues. So whenever that happens, that's what the RM3A is for. You need to come on back in there.
Come right back in. I know you're gonna say that.
Come on now. Come on back in. Yeah,
go,
we can
there
get
you
you
go.
Lovely
straight.
meeting you, Doc. It was lovely.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Hopefully
Thank
that
you.
helps you. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to see y'all.
Good to
Yes,
see
yes, yes, indeed. All right, but before we go to Kathleen, there's been one question here from Sheila. Said, how do you?
All
How
right.
do people get blood disorders? Is it by getting immunizations? That's number one. And how do children develop autism? Is autism more a boys than a girls disease?
No, it's an issue. Well, that's a two-part
That's
question.
a
and
two-part
that's-
question. Yes, it is.
And it's a two-part question and it's very loaded.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, when you're talking about the first one
The
was
blood disorders. Yes.
blood disorders.
Is it by
That's
getting
just-
immunizations?
It could be. It could be from a lot of things. It could be bad food. It's from eating junk. That's it. You know, you can get from not eating life force. The body can't process junk. That's it. The liver starts to shut down. And then the liver starts to gunk up, and then you start to thicken the blood. And next thing you know, we got tired blood. Y'all remember that when they used to say that back in the day? Tired blood. You got tired blood.
Yes.
You know, that's basically it.
Carter's
So-
little liver pills.
Yeah. You remember they used to always say that about him.
Yeah, buddy.
Then Carter got liver pills. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
But guess how old Carter is? You got it? So it's the
Well-
liver is very, very important to when it comes to blood cleansing. So that's why we have those blood cleansers, the burdock root, red clover. As a matter of fact, we got the list right there.
Right,
Neem, the
right.
cleavers, the soursop, you know, all those things. So
Yeah, and
that's
all that
the-
stuff is in the chat, guys.
Right. So, I mean, whether you can speculate whether it came from that, you only need that. You'll have to test that to know that. There's no way you would know that unless you test it. What was the other question? Was that it?
Yeah, it was
Related
about
to
the
autism.
It was related
Oh,
to
autism. The
How
autism
do children
spectrum.
develop autism?
I
Is it
mean,
more with boys than girls?
we have our perspective on our side. I would give you an understanding that anything that they see, there are some commonalities that we find. Again, when they find the autism spectrum, they see boys more affected than girls that have high testosterone levels. Got it? That's what they were finding. And it's just one study that I can just relate to. And when the testosterone levels are high, and whether it came from whatever, they're finding that these levels are testosterone levels are high because in boys, we don't make as men, those that have high testosterone, which is African-American boys or men and boys, don't make a lot of this thing called glutathione. Okay, glutathione. So glutathione is what the liver makes and is the number one antioxidant of the body. But if we don't make a lot of glutathione, we can't pull these elements or things that are toxic out of the body. So it tends to now cross into what's called the blood-brain barrier. Okay, when it crosses into the blood-brain barrier, then it can start to do some things. And that's when you start to get the controversial perspectives of both sides from the natural versus the allopathic. So it's a lot to that. I would say you would have to look at each situation differently. But there, if I were to say one side versus the other, it was coming down to testosterone level. And even when they looked at the girls and said to the girls, well, some of the girls that were injured from some form of, some kind of level of autism, or they were in that spectrum, they noticed they had high testosterone levels. So that's a study that I would invite you to explore, is testosterone levels, because it does have a lot to do with how the body manages and balances poison out of the body. Heavy metals, toxins, chemicals, anything.
But
Okay.
testosterone is what makes us men.
Yep, you got it.
And
You got it.
estrogen makes women women.
Yep, and that's why, and also because with men not having high testosterone levels, we don't make a lot of glutathione, but estrogen women make more glutathione because they're estrogen producers. That is correct. All right.
I've never heard the word glutathione before.
That's glutathione.
My ex-wife is an OBGYN. And I went through her when she was going through med school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me to look up something, yes, I'm impressed. Yes, bro. I'm not doubting you in a minute.
I
But
appreciate you,
I gotta
bro.
look up some stuff now.
Yeah, get your pen and pad. We say bring the pen and pad. Get it
That's
ready.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Take notes and
Okay.
go on. All
Okay,
right,
buddy.
Kathleen, you're up in the corner. Kathleen?
Yes, hi, everybody. Dr. Paul, I just wanted to say thank you very much for all the information yesterday. And I have two things to share, and then I have two questions. So the
Okay.
first thing is that I went to the eye doctor today, and as I told you, it was the pressure in my eye that we have been watching so closely. So it was a complete year that we've been watching. I was going to the eye doctor every 3 months.
Mhm.
So he said it's been consistent for that whole full year. The depression has been good. And so I'm able to push my appointments out now to 6 months. So, you know,
All
of
right.
course, I feel like what is making the improvement is what me and you are working on. So that was my good news for today. And
Good.
then the second thing was, of course, I went to the gym today.
All right.
All
So-
right now.
That's
All
what's
right
up.
now.
So before I exercised, I had the conversation with my trainer, and we talked about the dynamic and the static stretching.
Mhm.
And of course, we implemented that. I wasn't very happy,
I
but
started something.
Kathleen, that's just too bad. You got to live with it because we
I
want you
know.
healthy, girl.
once he started showing me what they were, we actually do some of them. They
Good,
are the things that I don't like to do.
Yes.
Oh,
uh-huh,
now we
That's
know
what
what's
it is.
going on. Right.
So I give him a
Ah.
lot of pushback when he asks me to do those things. So I
That's
was,
why.
yes.
All right, let the cat out the bag. First off, let's everybody come off mute. Give Kathleen a hand.
Big
She
hand,
is
yes.
doing great.
We're doing good.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
the stuff.
yes.
That's
Kathleen,
big.
congratulations,
In the work.
young lady.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Congratulations.
everybody. Thank you.
Yes,
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 I hope
yes.
somebody can get something out of this. You know, our conversation, Kathleen. I'm gonna leave the bag a little bit. All right, I gotta let them know what's going on. All right, we talked. If Kathleen, if you allow me to elaborate, when
I will
she
allow
came,
you. Yes,
okay,
it's
thank
fine.
you, thank you for that permission. She came in and she was like, "Doc, I just came from the gym and I'm sore, so sore, I can't move." And she was having problems on her hip side. And you know, she's like, "Oh, I can't even move. I'm so mad at my trainer. I can't do it." I said, "Wait a minute, you got a trainer?" I said, "Wait a minute, you're supposed to be doing, you know, dynamic, you know, and static stretching, you know, before, pre, and post." I said, "Are you doing that?" She says, "No, you don't tell me all that." But now but now we know that you probably presented it, but you probably said, "I don't like doing that." But now you see the importance of this. For those that don't know, dynamic stretching is like when you come first to warm up the muscles. You don't want to hold stretch when you first start off. You want to do things with motion. Got it? And that's basically dynamic. So something like getting your back in order would be something like this, you know, moving your hands, you know, doing some form of dynamic movement.
Mute
And
yourself,
with that-
Sam.
And with that dynamic movement, you can start to get the body warm so that when you start to get yourself in motion, you know, you have your exercise. So that's the pre, you have your exercise. And then when you come out, you do the static stretching, which is the hold. Nice holds because your muscles are nice and warm. Right, Dr. Lenny? I see Dr. Lenny in here. Dr. Lenny will tell you, yes, we got to basically do those. So when you do that, make sure, because if not, you're going to be sore the
For
next
days.
day. You going to be
Samuel, can you mute
I'll
yourself,
say
please?
one more thing. I would say one more thing. She said, I think you said, you told me, you said that was the first time you did that exercise, right?
Correct.
I think you said that, and that was very important because if you get on like some of the Nautilus machines or the machines, they are isolation machines. So they're going to isolate just that area. So you just isolated some muscles that probably never been used before. They
I know
say,
that's right.
"Hey, What's going on? And so I'm glad he got to you. And I'm glad that you now have the static and you have the dynamic stretching to do first and after you work out. So congratulations to you. Keep up the good work. Congratulations on the eye situation. You're doing well. Stay the path,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you.
All right,
So
stay
let me
with it.
just
All
ask
right.
my question.
Go
real
ahead,
quickly,
Kathleen.
if
She
you
didn't
don't
get a
mind.
question.
So
in.
the
Go ahead.
first question that I have.
the question.
Oh,
Kathleen, can you hold it for just 1 second? Everybody, can you please mute your mics, especially you people who are on the phones, who can't see that your mics are open? It's very
Right.
hard to hear, especially over on the Facebook side, because we're getting all that background noise.
Yeah,
Please mute
about
the
it.
mics unless you're asking a question, and then unmute. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Prophet.
All right.
okay.
Go ahead,
So
Kathleen.
Dr. Paul, number one, when is the best time to take the pH? Before you're eating or after?
Always before you eat. Yep. Always before you eat. Yep.
Okay.
Always before. Yes.
Okay, and
I don't know
then-
who is that on the
It's
phone. That's
Sam Feathers, Samuel Feathers, Doc. Can you
Sam. I don't see Sam. Sam.
Samuel, can you mute yourself,
Samuel
please?
Feathers?
Okay, I got you.
Okay, thanks,
All
bud.
right, Sam.
Okay.
Okay, mute
We're good.
yourself, family. If you're
He got-
not talking, please mute yourself. It's just a respect for we're trying to keep everybody in order, all right?
Right.
Okay, so that we
And
can
then-
hear the testimonies and the things that people are experiencing. All right.
Okay, so quickly, the second question. So being overweight, of course, you stretch all your skin out. So once you're losing weight and then your skin is kind of droopy, saggy. So other than maintenance exercise, when I get to that point, is there anything to help keep the skin firm or to make sure that it's going back how I want it to be?
Well, again, it's going back to your stretching. If there's any specific herb that we do that's good for muscles, and that I believe that's really the question, right? Dealing with muscles.
Yes.
That would be comfrey. Comfrey, COMFREY. Yeah, comfrey is an excellent herb that deals with magnetism of the muscle. So it has the ability to tighten muscle, but it also gives flexibility. So it's high in iron, magnesium, and potassium. So that was one that was always used in, pretty much back to tracing it to ancient times, that people use this for tightening the skin, but also it's good for bone, joint, ligament, connective tissue. So it's a blood builder at the same time. So we used to call it the herb of might in the hand. Do I hear that? Herb of might
in the hand.
In the hand, yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Because when you took this herb, it just made your hands very strong. Yeah, very strong herb. Grows deep in the earth. So comfrey would be something not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Appreciate
Kathleen.
you.
All right.
Let's hear
Kathleen.
from Dr. Lenny. We ain't heard from Dr. Lenny in a while. What's up, Doc?
What's happening, Doc?
I gotta put you on blast whenever you come in here, man. You know that.
I
You
try
and,
and sneak on, man. It's been a little hectic here with these kids. Keep me on my
Yes.
toes.
So,
Gotta
Doc,
bring
you
down
got.
everything.
I'm picking on you a little bit because you had I saw the ice, you had an event. Tell
It's coming up.
people, yeah,
It's
it's
coming
coming up. Can you tell people about the event that you have going on?
I can, yeah. It's if anyone's familiar with Wim Hof. Wim Hof is a Danish gentleman who has, I believe, 27 different world records from different things with cold exposure. Short story: his wife has had a substantial mental illness and jumped out of I think like a 6-story window. They had 4 children. He was in an awful place and had to figure it out. And he found peace and comfort with breathing and with cold submersion. And he's a fascinating guy. I've been following him for quite a while. I've done his breathing on my own. And I was introduced to 2 gentlemen that are certified instructors for him last February. It was the coldest day of the year last year. And we did a breathing session at a yoga studio in Lafayette Hill, and then did the ice immersion outside. And it was legit. I think it was a high of 6 degrees that day.
Yeah.
And we got out of the cold plunge, and it was just like a sheet of ice. It was the most cold I could possibly have fathomed, but he's been through that and then some. But we all survived. And long story longer, we did it again in the office last May, and then we're doing it at the Germantown Plymouth Meeting Community Center, on Germantown Pike. April 19th, and anyone's welcome to come check it out. It's really, really powerful. The breathing is amazing. The physiological benefits of it and helping with stress, balancing out stress is really powerful. And I have one of those plastic horse troughs in my garage, and been plunging every morning this year. So I'm on a consecutive streak over 3 months, and it's definitely been really helpful for me. I've been super stressed with a bunch of stuff going on in the office and moving parts, but that's helped keep me in check.
Yeah, and you know,
doctor, will it make you grow hair like me?
It's Bill, with your heart condition there, buddy. I would definitely want to maybe do the breathing, but the cold plunge, I don't know. I don't want to give you bad advice on that.
Yeah, so the cold plunge, and you know, and I did a whole we did a show on him on how he was, the method was when you plunge in the ice. Y'all seen people go in the ice and you come up, it just brings a whole nother level of immunity to the system. And what it does, like you said, Doc, it is an incredible piece that I've read in the research. I have not had the luxury of doing that yet.
Love to extend a formal invitation
to you, y'all love to see me go under.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Lynn, put your information in the chat, okay?
Yeah, please put that information so that we can know how to contact you. And if anyone also wants chiropractic care, could you tell them your information and all the things?
Appreciate that. Just to be clear, though, this event is something I'm kind of helping coordinate, so I'm just the facilitator. But it's I'll put that in the chat.
Okay.
And we're summitspineandwellness.com is our website. 1-5-487-2500 is our office number.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, man.
Big Big.
All right, buddy. You got it, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
And we got Dr. Eloise in the house also.
I'm
Let's
just
give
getting
her
ready to see
our
that.
favorite acupuncturist and reggae master. Reiki master. Hey, how you doing there, Dr. Eloise? You got
Okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing very well. Yeah, I'm doing great.
All right. Tell folks what you got going on over there.
Okay, for right now, I'm in the process of starting a new program where I'm offering a sliding scale for a 1-hour acupuncture treatment. So it's going to be from $60 to $85 for everyone. Okay. My normal fee is $85. So we're doing that to help people to come in and get treatments when they need to get them. So
okay,
now is a good time. I mean, it's spring. You want to work on your liver, as Dr. Paul was talking about. Do we have an echo there?
No, we're good.
I think you're good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, so now is a great time in the spring to work on the liver and the gallbladder to help to get that cleansed. And we have really nice treatments for that with acupuncture. So there's certain points that I use to help cleanse the liver and also help to build up the chi or energy in the liver and the gallbladder.
And Dr. Eloise, tell everyone how they can get a hold of you. Give them your number and contact information if you could.
Okay, the contact information is, well, my phone number is 267-240-5109. And you can reach me also at, the webpage is essenceofacupuncture.jnapp.com. Yes, in the chat. I'll also be starting some more Reiki classes too. So just give me a call if you're interested in learning Reiki or receiving a Reiki treatment. It's excellent in terms of dealing with any kind of mental stress or anxiety. It really just puts you in a very good place in terms of that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Eloise. We appreciate you.
Yes,
give her a call. I can definitely say these two doctors are excellent in every way. Dr. Lenny, we go over and we get my wife, Jared, and myself, we all go through and, we get the chiropractic care. Then we go over Dr. Eloise And then Dr. Eloise.
Okay, well.
She got me one. She got me
enjoy
one
your
time. She
role
got me one time. She got me in the knee one time. But I can tell y'all that the feedback that my wife is getting is remarkable. It's incredible from both the chiropractic care and also the acupuncture. So please take advantage of these opportunities. There are things that we need that are not talked about, which are very pivotal pieces to your health. So please be aware and give them a call. Give them a call just to see what they do. You know, have a conversation with them. All right. Okay. Thank y'all.
Okay,
Appreciate y'all. All right.
Dr.
Let's see. Who do we
We got
have?
Neith
Big
up in the
B?
corner. We got Neitha and then Lydia.
And then I
Neitha?
have a question from YouTube.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Grand Rising. Gosh, I was trying to keep things in my head as you were speaking, but when the young lady on the mom, and when she was talking about she had a enlarged heart, right away I'm thinking about, okay, that's associated with blood pressure, what your blood pressures are running, because chronic hypertension will cause an enlarged heart because it's being overworked, and usually that's on the left side of the heart that it becomes enlarged. I urge everyone you got to learn how to check your pulse. It's very easy to do. I'm thinking about how I can do this, because sometimes you just need to show people. So I have to figure it out. I travel around the city seeing patients. So if I can get in touch with people who want to know things, I may be able to stop by because I'm in your area. So I'll have to work that out. The other thing is, I don't know. I know people have seen what is it? Neriva. Neriva. It's
Neriva.
Neriva. That's what it is. Okay. Yes. Thanks, sis. That's what it is. I happen to, when I see these things that I'm in patient's home, I say, can I see it? I want to see the ingredients. So I was looking for bioengineered, as you know, that's in the Prevagen. But this one has the titanium dioxide.
Titanium?
Yes, it has that in it.
You picked them off. You picked them off. Yes.
Yeah. I also tell my patients, so I told the one today, you need to, she's an attorney, as a matter of fact. I said, you need to use something else. And I gave her.
Now, are we talking about the same one that's the brain? It's the brain support or memory?
No, well, that one, it didn't have titanium. I mean, the Prevagen, that's the one, or whatever that's called, is for the brain. That has the bioengineered products. But the other one for the nerves, not the Nervive. The Nervive is a pretty good one, because that has natural herbs in the Nervive. But it's the one Neriva, or that Neriva one.
Yeah, Neriva, that's the new one.
Yeah,
there is no reason in the world why there should be titanium dioxide in there.
Well, it's in there.
That's amazing. Yeah, if you remember, titanium dioxide, number one is titanium. Number two is it was only used and implemented to make things shiny, because they knew people buy stuff that's shiny. But it's a neurotoxin, absolutely.
Yes,
your brain, you can't process that. That'll cross the blood-brain barrier.
That's right. It breaks down the DNA. Yes, indeed.
That is terrible. So again, that's why you would do something like that. Glutathione, that's a good one.
Yes.
Glutathione, things like any of the sea vegetables will raise glutathione also. So sea vegetables, kelp, chlorella, spirulina, nori, bladderwrack, all those are good for removing heavy metals out of the body because it raises the glutathione. But I have no idea why they would do that. I'm glad you picked it off, though.
Yeah, well, I read everything. I want to see what this is. Now, I don't know if you had a chance to, but I am looking for an aloe vera that does not have the carrageenan in it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, it really is.
Because you got to think about it. It's the thickener that they're trying to introduce people to. And remember, carrageenan is it's a seaweed, but for some people that have the issue with assimilation, it can cause a problem. So You just got to kind of watch it. I would say just go straight to the plant, and go straight to the plant, and hopefully that will be suffice or sufficient for you. Hopefully that will.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I did find one. If I can find it before I leave, I'll post it. But I did find one. I just didn't mark it. I didn't mark it on my computer. But I'll see if I can find it for you before we leave, okay?
And one last thing, the other thing when you were talking about the vitamin C, the Camu. Very good. I've been on it and I get the powder. I like powders more so when I can find them. And I do put it in my drink. And I also take it by itself. I take nitric oxide, but I use the L-arginine. Yeah.
All good stuff. All good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. L-arginine, you got the L-carnitine, you got a lot of them that deal with blood pressure and definitely can help with the dilation, open up those vessels so now you can move it. So thank you, Neetha. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you picked that off. Post that so that we can know what that product is, so we definitely don't use it. So titanium dioxide. Big
I
what's
sure
going
will.
on? What they trying to
Yeah.
do? They trying to drive people crazy? What's going on?
Oh boy.
Dr. Paul,
Yes.
titanium dioxide is also in all the allergy medicines.
What?
You said it's
It's
in all
also
the
in
allergy medicine.
Zyrtec, it's in Allegra, it's in all the medicines. So
Yeah.
how do you
It's
avoid
not good.
that?
Just avoid it.
And then we
Avoid it.
wonder,
Just
and
don't
then we
do it.
wonder why
No,
there's
but I'm
so
just
much
saying there's some people that
Alzheimer's.
suffer from allergies really bad, and like Zyrtec and Allegra helps them, but they don't know what else to take. So how do you avoid that?
Well, you just
Call
take something
investigation.
natural that you do
That's
that was
right.
for allergies. Remember, allergies has a lot to do with your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system back up. It's going to dump it in the blood. So you got to clean the blood, but also we got to clean that lymphatic system. That's why when you start to do things and just get into a cycle and a rhythm, exercise plays a major part with allergies. If you're not exercising, it's going to be hard to get that pseudomotor moving, to push that stuff out of you. So we got to get the sweating going. I got folks that say, I don't ever sweat. I never sweat. But that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. The good Lord gave you sweat glands so that
For a
you
reason.
sweat.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. So hopefully we get that moving, and that's what the RM3A does. It shows you that. So
But do
the
you
herb,
have something for that? 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
just
my
go. That's all
son,
the
my
stuff
son
we
is
did.
16 and he's an athlete. So he's moving constantly, but he does have allergies.
Right. So that means he also has to watch what he's being exposed to. A lot of the young folks are getting exposed to a lot of chemicals more than anybody. So he has to watch his diet. And with that, even if you're an athlete, that's part of the equation. You still got to watch that refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. A lot of these fast food restaurants, all of these things, the only way you can tell is to get an assessment. That's it. Because we don't want to speculate. You got to look at each person's situation and you can tell exactly what is causing the problem, what's causing the backup. But that's what the allergies are. It's an overactive immune system. It's reacting, trying to purge. That's why you're crying, water eyes are tearing, sneezing, coughing, even throwing up. Some people throw up every morning. That's about the body purging. It's trying to get rid of it. So these are allergic reactions. The body's just trying to get rid of something. So give them a call. Tell them come on in. All right.
Dr. Paul,
Yeah.
Yes,
they
Eloise.
can come in for acupuncture too. I treat them for allergies.
Acupuncture has a lot to do with that too. Meridians. Yep.
You clear it right up.
Just
give
So
me a
it's got to
call.
so these are all energy blockages, and that's why the foods, the herbs, they are packed with energy that actually move the system. Remember, herbs do three things. Y'all remember what we said? Herbs do three things. Who remembers what herbs do? Three things. They do what? Anybody?
Heat you up,
Balance.
cool you out,
Speed
balance you out.
Slow down.
or balance you
Or balance.
You got it. Either speed you up, slow you down, or balance you out. So you got to find the right one for you. Some people need to be slowed down. Some people need to be sped up. Some people just need to be balanced out. So that's why the herbs have that ability. Same thing with minerals do that too. That's why the stones, you know, when I'm gonna get Ross Ben on here one day, and we're gonna break down the stones. We're working on a book project right now, myself and Ross Ben. So look forward to that, y'all. We're gonna talk about how energy flows, and these are some good things. So remember, watch the foods you're eating. Some things are gonna speed you up, some things slow you down, some balance you out. All right, keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right,
Dr.
good
Paul.
stuff.
Okay.
Dr. Paul, the aloe that you recommend that had in is forever for aloe. It's in the chat box.
You got it. Go ahead, girl.
Go ahead, Prophet.
You go ahead now. Let me see.
Listen, Prophet,
I got
while you're
you.
there, why don't you go ahead and get the question in from YouTube, and then we'll go up to Lydia.
The question was something about. Let me grab it.
Where did you put it? I don't see it.
It's right there at 829. When you were talking to Nitha, I had put it in there.
829. All right, I got it. Got it. Also, I see the bee pollen. We did talk about the bee pollen. That is another one. Yep, bee pollen was a gradual change, you know, that we recommend also. That's bee pollen. If you know what bee pollen is, that's something you could take, but you take that in increments. You take it very slowly, and it actually helps you to balance out allergies. Okay, good stuff. And what were you saying? What was the last thing?
The question from YouTube is, what is the best magnesium?
Anything green. That's it. Anything green. The green drink. Absolutely.
Well,
greatest source of magnesium. Yes. Magnesium, the only element that doesn't need has a center ion. It moves. So that's energy. Doesn't need oxygen to burn.
Right.
So
right,
that
right.
thing is powerful. Magnesium tip torches under the water, burning. How is that possible? Magnesium tip. So magnesium is one of the greatest sources that you can use, anything green. So green drinks is what I would recommend. That's why we don't get it from separate supplements. I always recommend getting it from the source from which it comes from, which is anything green. In most cases, things like alfalfa, very high in magnesium. Got it? Things like that. Yep. A lot of those roots, very high in magnesium. Yep. So,
Also, that Nuriva, Dr. Paul, excuse me for interjecting, it is for the brain, but it also has sucralose in it.
oh, it's getting worse, Delita. It's getting worse. Sucralose, are you kidding me? That's Splenda.
Yes.
Oh, goodness, that's crazy. You know that Splenda and sucralose and aspartame, all that stuff, they know it's a neurotoxin. You mix that with, if you're taking medication and you're taking that creates a toxic cocktail. They had a big story on 60 Minutes about this stuff. This is horrible. It causes aneurysms and strokes in people of color than anywhere on the planet. You know, it's hardening the arteries. So leave that alone. No, leave that alone. All right. Okay. Let's
Okay.
see.
Go up to Lydia. Yeah? Lydia and then Sharon. Lydia?
Hi, family. Dr. Paul, some time ago, I said, because I had a case of Crystal Geyser water, and it was tasting really funny. And I thought something was wrong with it, and I couldn't figure it out. Later on, I found out they had sold a discounted version at the store. And when when you all showed where the dates were on the bottle, it was out of that year. It was like,
wow, that's old.
And
That's
so
old.
that's why it was tasting like that. So I said, well, maybe I'll use it for something else, I don't know, but I stopped I wouldn't drink it. And so my question is, with all of the things with the supply and demands being held up because they're hitting bridges and they're cutting off things, and we can't get food, we have food insecurities, and they tell us now we need to store up at least 2 or 3 years of things. How can we store up if the water has a date on it, and also the herbs? How long, if we want to store up on your green drink, how long could we keep that?
Well, remember on the date for water, usually it's about 2 years. Bill, what's on yours? Anybody got a Crystal Geyser water that they just picked up?
Mine is 25. It's the 25th, July 25th.
25th, 25, 2025.
25. Yeah.
Anybody else have a later date than that?
Let me see here.
Anybody have a later date than that? I don't have mine in front of me. I have mine for the
I
water
can't
bottle
tell.
today.
And
Where
the
did-
reason
so-
this
so
came
here-
from, I think you all told me about the Germantown and Gowan. They have the cases of 35.
Yeah, I've seen the latest. I've seen this Crystal Geyser as far as about a year and a half to 2
Yeah.
years almost.
I have February 26th.
Yeah, see, there's some of them that are about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just general. Remember, when you hold that bottle up, look at the top rim of the bottle around the neck area. You're going to see a time sell-by date. It's called a timestamp.
Yep.
And a timestamp tells you that this is sell-by date. So you're
Yeah.
probably saying, well, wait a minute, does it expire? Or no, water doesn't expire. The bottle will expire.
Yes.
Got it? So
Yep.
what happens is, long as it's
2025.
kept in a cool, dark place, that is in effect. Got it? Don't freeze them. Don't leave them in your car in the heat.
Yep.
Got it? That usually becomes effective, that you can store them. But once you've gone that long, it sounds like, Lydia, you probably had somebody that had it for a long time in the
Right.
garage.
And I didn't see it until I got, and I saw the paper on there, but I'm saying the question I have is they're telling us to store up because we don't know. You remember you said it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Should we store up our herbs, our vitamins that we get?
Well, this is what I can recommend. See, when you can do different methods, and I'm just taking out a page out of the survivalist manual. They're using 5-gallon drums,
Yes.
5 gallons. So what I used to do prior to even using, when I used to use Crystal Geyser, I've been using Crystal Geyser since Jaron, my son, Jaron was in here. I saw Jaron in here. Jaron, you in here? Jaron still in here? I was giving Jaron Crystal Geyser when he was a baby. So I used to take it and put it in 5 gallons and store it up. The 5 gallons are, you can go online and get the 5-gallon ones. The storage containers.
But are they plastic or what?
No, these are 7s. Okay, the reusable rate for plastic is 7. That means under the bottom there's a triangle. And that
Okay.
reusable rate for plastic starts with a 7. If it doesn't have a 7 in it, it can't be reused. And it's like a Crystal Geyser. That quick plastic, that's a 1 on the rate of plastic. The one that we're talking about is a 7. That stores longer. Got it?
Okay.
7. So you would just transfer into those bottles and then you can store them up. Now you
Okay.
can go right online and find the 5 out. And you ever see that dark, you ever see the water cooler in the business offices and them? That thick plastic, that's a 7.
Okay.
Got it? So that's the reusable rate of plastic. That's the highest rate for reusability. Right there, the number 7.
What about all our herbs and our green drinks and things? And we
You don't have
want
to worry about that. The
Okay.
green drink is
All right.
going to be, that lasts almost, that long as that's contained.
Okay.
You see the date on the green drink, you can see the green drink is about 3-4 years.
because all we need is water in the green drink.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
Also, Dr. Hall, hi, Dr. Lenny. I was going to make my way back to him in December. I had just finished my physical therapy at Rothman for my left knee, and I was feeling good to come back. But January 8th is when I fractured my ankle, right ankle. And so from the 18th, I had been inside until they just took the boot off this past Thursday. But when I was doing the left knee, I was telling them I do naturopathic. They, how they want to tell you about, they give you an injection, do this. I said, my best success is physical therapy, strengthening the muscles and ligaments around the area. So the next visit I came back, the doctor was so nice because he was working with me. He did not negate things I was saying. He said, I have something natural for you. I said, great, that's great. I said, now tell me, how do you, do I rub it on? He said, no, we inject it. I said, nope, nothing that's going to pierce. So I want to thank you because you have armed us with a lot of knowledge that, because he said it was natural, I could have gone with that. But what you said about nothing piercing the skin.
Well, Well, you got to take those things in consideration. You
Yeah.
know, I would
But-
say in all things, get understanding.
Right.
You know, because sometimes, you know, things can be invasive, you know, and that
Right.
if you're someone that believes in the faith of not breaking the skin, that would be a problem. But there have been extreme measures where some people may have to get those things done. My concern is always that we're not for that, but sometimes measures happen and things happen that
Absolutely.
you have when you're past the point of preventativeness, then you got to do something. And
Yes, but it wasn't going to
help you.
change anything. It
Right.
was like a Band-Aid.
Right.
So
right.
that's what I'm saying. Having the
Right.
knowledge that you have given us, it was
Mhm.
not going to change the outcome. It was just like a Band-Aid. So
Mhm.
that's it.
Band-Aid over a bullet hole.
Yeah, and I'm saying that also is I wish that I'd known early on what I know now, because I was always trying to balance between the allopathic and the naturopathic world regarding wearing braces, which affected, I wouldn't have gotten teeth, you know, extracted because it changed the structure of my gum, along with, like you say, not cleaning the blood and eating the dairy products. You know what I'm talking about, Bill. You know, but soon as they put bioengineer on that container, I will not do it anymore. But that is what has, I think, the pain in the knee and all the other things. When I did fracture that, it caused problems with that left knee and my back again, Dr. Lenny. So Monday I go back to check on the knee, and that Tuesday for the back. So I'm just going to see if it's something that has changed from before, because I know certain things are because it's food generated.
Yeah.
But I know when I was out, I had to have my food ordered online. And remember, we said when we go to the store, sometimes they have organic, but they don't specialize in organic, and I'm always suspect. Well, they brought these bananas in, and it said organic, had a tape wrapped around it, and it also had the little tape on it, and I'm looking at it, and they just look oversized. So when I ate it, I could almost taste the chemical in the banana. I had to throw them out. I went and got some other bananas where I normally get them at Mom's, but I couldn't get out to get them. And it was different as night and day, which takes me back to what you say about it might have been organic, but the soil by which might not have been.
Yeah, it's so many suspect things that you got to look at. You got to look at all of the different parameters of food right now. And, you know, the Industrial Revolution is over, but it's now the Industrial Revolution of food that's taking place, that we have to be very, very conscious of what's in the food and the toxicity levels that the bodies are experiencing. I can't tell you how many people are having lymphatic issues. It's way over the top right now, y'all. So I would just encourage you, cleanse every change of seasons, keep it moving. All right, thank you, Lydia. Appreciate you.
All right,
All right, thank you.
All right,
All right.
Sharon and then Clorinda.
All right, before you go there, I
Sure.
got somebody that has a question on the chat. I just happened to peep over there
Sure.
and just saw something. And I think, is that Eva
Yes,
J?
yeah, on the very bottom there.
Says, hello, Dr. Paul. Is there an alternative to getting a colonoscopy? Yes. We say cleanse every change of seasons. That's what we're doing. We try to say there are hydrotherapies or colonics that can be done, but I always say start with cleansing every change of season, especially if someone has been a meat eater for primarily a large part of their life. You have to start to get the system moving. So you train the system to cleanse every change of seasons. Keep it, get it in, get it out. That's the key. So I look at places like Ghana, where I just came back from Ghana, you know, that certain diseases, when COVID hit there, it didn't stay long because people are continuously doing different cleanses. You'll be surprised how they were so in tune with a lot of the herbs. And I said, wow, this is exactly what we talk about. So yes, there is a solution to that. We go back to what was before a colonoscopy. It was the food. That was it.
Yes, that's right.
That was it. The
Right.
herbs, that was it. So cleanse every change of season, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse. Yeah. All right. All right. So what do we have up there? Is that Sharon?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Sharon, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Okay. I came to see you a while ago. Okay. Some time ago. kind of fell off, but I got back on because when I started work, it just threw me off. But I wanted to ask you, you put me on CoQ10, and remember I was having a lot of problems with it. We kept reducing it. So I went all the way down to 10 milligrams, and I was still having problems with my eyes swelling up and different things. So I started, really increasing my water, thinking that was it, but I still kept having problems. So anyway, I just kept doing a bunch of research on it, and it came up that there's something in my medicine that reacts with the CoQ10. So I didn't know if there's, because I just kept trying it, still having problems. But is there anything that I can take in its place? I just got cayenne pepper, 530 milligrams, 40,000 heat units. My girlfriend told me to try that because I can't do the CoQ10. So I thought I would hold on to it till I could ask you what I can do in substitute.
Now, my question would be, what is the medication that you're taking?
It's Lotrel, but they just changed it to the generic name because you can't get it anymore. So it's amlodipine and benazepril.
See, what's happening is, now understand what's happening. It's the medication that's causing the problem. It's not the CoQ10. See, it's just the fact that when you're having medications, they're pulling the moisture out of you. That's what's happening to the eye. It's pulling the moisture. You need dilation, just like we talked about. CoQ10 helps with the rhythm of the heart. There's a issue with blood pressure. It's going to affect the eyes first. So that means also watch your food choices. So that's where I would point to, going to dilators. We did give out some dilators. Providence, I think you gave some, didn't I give dilators earlier? I think we gave out some dilators. We did that early. I don't know if you were on the call there.
Yeah.
But we talked about the dilators, the things that open up to dilate. But you got to start to look at, number one, you got to start to flush the eye. Got it? Because these things are closing out because they're pulling, it's the moisture pulling out of the eyes. Watch your sugar, right? You watching the sugar, right?
Yeah, I just got to, I'm not doing any.
Okay, so also watch out for, here's some sneaky ones. Watch out for the sugar. Watch out for the salt. Watch out for hydrogenization. Got it? Hydrogenated foods. Okay, you know what those are? Those hydrogenated foods?
Like oils.
Things like peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
Do you eat peanut butter?
I just stopped. I was eating peanut butter a lot, but I haven't had it in like about 3 weeks because I just stopped.
Okay, what kind of peanut butter do you like?
It was the crunchy peanut butter. I forget what kind it is.
Ooh, you got the best of the bad. You're gonna do bad. You're gonna do bad good. Yeah, you got the hydrogenated. See, that's the sneaky ones. You gotta watch the hydrogenization. It's not the medication. That was their best bet. It's back to the food. It's not the CoQ10. It's what is pulling the moisture out of you. Hydrogenization, remember, Procter & Gamble back in the day, you remember? Came out with that hydrogenator, made things supposedly designed to make soap. But they found out, wait a minute, it pulls moisture off everything, makes things hard like a rock. We can use this for preserving things, make it stay on the shelf. We'll make more money. See, this is what's happening. So they started hydrogenating crystallized cottonseed oil. And that's when they came up with Crisco. And then from Crisco, they started moving on to other products like dairy, things like that spoil easily. We got to hydrogenate it to keep the moisture off of it so it can stay longer on the shelf. Y'all got it? So creamers from coffee. Watch your coffee creamer. You like coffee?
No, I don't do coffee at all.
Okay, no creamers. Okay, good. The other one would be peanut butter. Very, very highly hydrogenated. Now, you can find the versions that have no hydrogenization or non-hydrogenization. I would suggest if you do it, that would be the one you would do. But right now, I would still watch the things that are thick, creamy, or things that pour slow. Got it? Thick, creamy, and things that pour slow.
Wow. And that, how like salad dressings and stuff like, oh gosh, so I guess salad dressings as well.
You
Oh my
got it.
goodness, I eat them all the time. Okay. I didn't even know because my eyes were really getting worse. I was like, what's wrong with my eyes?
Yeah. This is pulling
Okay.
moisture. See, the
Oh my
body says,
goodness.
I got one game. I got to keep you alive by any means necessary. So if you give me something that's dense like that, that's so dehydrated and concentrated, I can only break this down with water. So if you're not giving me enough water or enough that I can balance this out, I'm gonna pull it out your arteries and your veins and your nervous system. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, I'm gonna call you. Can I call you and I'm gonna make an
Absolutely.
appointment to call you? Okay. All right,
Absolutely.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Perfect system created by a genius, Big
I
B.
know that's right.
There's always something in there somewhere, y'all. So keep that in mind. Watch that sneaky peanut butter. That's sneaky. I didn't say Skippy. I said sneaky.
But our children were given as children peanut butter and jelly, which neurotoxins.
Well, what did they used to call them? What did they used to call them when you had peanut butter? No, they used to call them choke sandwiches.
Oh yeah. But now you're talking about what's going on in kids' minds and these other illnesses they have.
Right, but they used to call it choke sandwiches because you had no water. You were like, I need some water.
We should have been dead. We should have been dead a long time ago. They gave us a great big block of cheese, big can of peanut butter, and this meat. I thought it was
wait a minute. We haven't even talked about the free government cheese.
I was just getting ready to say that. I mean,
And the government peanut butter.
Can you imagine how many constipated brothers and sisters that is?
the block this size and this long. That's the
But
truth.
God forgive me, that was the best darn toasted cheese sandwich I ever ate.
All right, get off my phone.
Wait a minute. Then we was rinsing it down with a whole big pitcher of Kool-Aid with a ton of sugar in it.
Ice cold milk.
Very coolly.
Oh, goodness.
Don't forget about the spam.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
And the canned meat. We don't know. We still don't know what that was. I thought it was roast
that
beef.
was strange.
Somebody told me that was no roast beef.
Don't
Could have
even
been
bring it up,
horse.
Mariah.
Could have been horse.
Oh Lord. All right, let's go
All
to
right,
Corinda, guy. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Doc, go ahead.
Okay, a couple of things real quick. One, I'm still on the cataract eye washing campaign.
All right,
I'm telling
all right.
everybody that I run into to do that. Then I was talking to somebody about some hormonal changes that they were having with some postmenopausal bleeding, and has been going on for several years postmenopausally, repeatedly doing DNCs, you know. So then the doctor wanted to do an IUD, and I recommended an endometrial ablation. And I know you're not for surgical procedures, but when you consider the dietary habits of people and all the hormonal disruption, disrupting chemicals that they're putting in their bodies that are contributing to a lot of this, a lot of stuff can get hidden. So my recommendation was to her, because I used to tell my patients, if you're not using it and it's not working correctly and you're not willing to change what you're doing to make changes, then you might want to consider surgery. The last thing I wanted to ask about were goitrogens, goitrogen-rich foods, and their effect on the thyroid gland.
Yeah. So the thyroid, when you're dealing with thyroid, remember that's weight, temperature, pressure. So you got to watch certain ones that definitely that's going to deal with those issues. Are you talking about the specific like vegetables and certain things like that?
Because what I was reading was some of them make you they recommend that you cook them before you eat them, but then sometimes the cooking process destroys the nutritional benefit of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. So that's why what we're speaking about here is like the cruciferous things that are vegetable, broccoli, kale, cauliflower. We're in that ballpark. You got to watch certain ones because the iodine sometimes that can throw some people off. I'm gonna say this. I read the stories, the conversation on both sides. And I even went into, when I'm looking at these studies, are they talking about studies where they're not using chemicals versus organic? And
Right.
that usually is the tall tale of the situation. Every time I look and find a study, they never, when they talk about, the effects of the goitrogens and how it's affecting the what they call the goitrogenic foods, they always talk about this was a study that was done, but the problem was you never told us if it was organic or not. You didn't
Right.
tell if it was conventional or was it organic, because the majority of that happens with the
Conventional.
sprays that there. It's the
Mhm.
sprays, it was the conventionals, it was the chlorpyrifos, it was the atrazines and all the stuff that they're putting on it that was the people were having a reaction to. And that are absolutely endocrine disruptors. Those are all endocrine disruptors across the board. The glyphosates, all of them. So I would say in your research, just check to see who is identifying it as when we did this study, it was organic. And if they didn't, then we got to question it and say, all right, well, were they using a proper scales with this specific study? Because it can be a challenge sometimes, because I look at it and I say, well, now what good Lord do us like this is that these things are for the purpose of balancing you out, and now they're sort of now become a problem. It's probably the way they're growing, it's probably the
Right.
seeds, it's probably the soils, it's probably the sprays. And if you're not addressing that, that would be my first concern. That raises a red
Okay.
flag with me. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But good stuff though, good stuff. And also that's a problem that some people will have with lectins also. Same thing. The people who have an issue with digestion, you deal with the lectins. So that same thing, read some of those studies and let me know about that. I'd love to see, some breakdowns of that. But if we can find some organic ones, that would be very concerned. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys. We
Thank
got
you,
two more.
Clinda.
All
Dr.
right,
Clinda.
thank
That's
you,
Dr.
Clinda.
Clinda over there. Dr. Clinda, give him your number up there. Tell him what you do, girl. Tell him what you do. Come on.
Yeah, I'm an OBGYN. As a matter of fact, the lady that I talked to earlier today was from the call from the family tree, and she asked me if she could make an appointment to come and see me. I said, well, I closed my practice and I'm in Tennessee. She said, I thought you were here. I'm like, no, I'm in Tennessee.
But you can do some great consultation though, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
right. So
yeah, don't want to deliver no more babies.
Well.
All right. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
guys.
Doc.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you.
you. All right. Take
Dr. Paul,
care.
we got two more. We got Jay and then Harai, and then we're at 9 o'clock, buddy.
All righty. All righty.
All right, Jay, you're up next.
Hi, hi everyone. I thought that you mentioned at one time something about Mrs. Dash. Can you reiterate about Mrs. Dash? Is that
Ooh.
okay, or should I throw it out?
Take Mrs. Dash and throw it in the trash.
In the trash. Well,
Um,
I'm sorry. I just had to throw that one
no,
out there, y'all.
I
No pun
don't
intended.
eat it. My mom, 94, she loves it,
I
and
know.
I wanted to
I know.
explain it to her, and I couldn't remember what you said was bad about it, so that I
Yeah.
can throw it out.
Yeah, it's two things that we gotta watch out for. When you're doing with the spices and herbs, see, remember, it's all about selling points. I gotta keep it on the shelf long enough for you to buy it. But everybody's not gonna buy it right away, right? It's gonna sit on the shelf for a long time. So we gotta extend the shelf life. How do we extend the shelf life? Well, we're gonna put this thing called sodium dioxide in it. Got it? Sodium dioxide is the one that when they say no salt, Mrs. Dash with no salt, but it got the sodium dioxide, which is just as bad as having it with salt. So both of them are going to dehydrate you and pull the moisture out of you, and it'll mess your eyes up, it'll mess your blood pressure up, raise your pressure all together, all the way around. So we don't want any sodium dioxide. We don't want any refined salts, because it'll say herbs, spices, and then somewhere in that line, it'll say salt. But guess what? That's not the good salt. That's the bad salt. That's the refined. So it pulls moisture, and especially if you have high blood pressure, you really got to stay off of those things. So what's the best thing to do? Make your own salt. Get your Himalayan salt. You can take the Himalayan salt. You could take the sea salt, but it has to be gray. Like the sea salt that's gray is called Celtic salt. You can also take a salt substitute like kelp granules. So the kelp granules, all of these can be your base salt. And then these are unrefined. Add your spices. Take your time, your basil, your turmeric, all of those herbs that you use, put that into your salt shaker. Now you got your own. Got it? So you just avoided two major things: refined salt and sodium dioxide. Got it? So that's the key. I hope that helps
I know
you.
you say, yes, it does. Thank you. I know you say that the olive oil, we shouldn't use the oil. Something else about the oils. Now, she eats eggs and all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think eggs are good either, but this is her diet. I'm trying to help her change.
How old is your mom, right?
She's 94. Yes. Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be very careful.
I know.
Because they said the first thing they say, and I told you, Mom, she said, before you start talking, I'm 94, right?
Yeah, she does say that a lot. She does say that a lot.
Yeah, buddy.
Watch your
94
words.
shucks.
I done
Yeah.
forgot more than you know.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of
I know that.
So I would say this: she gonna do what she want to do. You can do
What she
you
wants.
can
Right.
she gonna eat what she gonna want.
Isn't that the truth?
You can just encourage,
Hey,
but that's
Jay,
probably
Jay,
as far as gonna go.
been there, done
Hey,
that, Jay.
mama
My
alone,
mother-in-law
leave
just turned
mama alone.
100.
She earned the right.
My mother-in-law just turned 100, Jay. So hang in there, sister.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
She
Beautiful.
doing something right.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
would just
I can do a little bit of things though that because I make the breakfast and all. So
right.
with
So
that, I know you said something about olive oils and grapeseed oils and all that. So I went to Fresh Market up in Chestnut Hill trying to find some good olive oil. Is there any brands that you do recommend? I know you
Sure.
said something about unrefined for the grapeseed oil, but I just left the grapeseed oil alone.
yeah,
But
that's across the board for all of them. It has to be unrefined. You got it?
Right.
Unrefined. You don't want anything refined because remember, who's the greatest refiners? We are.
We are.
If we are the refiners, then we don't want something already broken down or AKA processed. We want to be able to break it down. So good Lord said, I gave you liver, kidneys, pancreas. I gave you all these organs to do that job. So what we do, we in its raw state, we break it down. And then when we get rid of it, that's refined. So unrefined oils is what we're looking for. So that would be things like sunflower, things like safflower, things like if you're going to do something like a avocado or a grape seed, those are all in that space. You got walnut oil, you got sesame oil, you got a lot of them, but it must be unrefined because the body can't break it down if it's already been broken down. So
okay, does olive oil say unrefined too, or it doesn't?
yeah, olive oil was because of the industrialization of it, and they caught them tapping somewhere, and I think they confiscated something like 7,000 tons of olive oil from Italy, and it wasn't olive oil, it was actually canola oil. So that's a big one. No olive oil from Italy is what I say. Okay. And if you're going to have olive oil, the safe spaces would be Spain, Greece, Turkey, or Morocco. Those are the real ones.
Australia.
All right. Australia too. Yep, Australia.
Yes,
There's other places. Yep.
Walmart has a one called Sky. It's unrefined.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of good
Australia.
ones.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
SKY.
So those are some of the tips that you would do. I'm going to tell you the big bad one and the ugly one in the room would be the canola, of course.
Oh yeah, I know that. I heard that. Yeah, I know that. Yes.
Stay away from the canola. It's not real. All
I
right.
come from Canada. I remember all that you said. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
Jay.
Dr. Paul, just a request. Can you please hopefully maybe do a show on what to eat for breakfast that's healthy? Like what do we eat and where to get good stuff from, like in our neighborhood or whatever?
The green drink.
Well, well,
That's my
Okay.
breakfast every morning.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I'm
right.
talking about for mom. I can do that. I'm talking about for Miss
Tell
93.
mom, you know what you want? You want a lighter grain. You
Yeah.
know, nothing like the oatmeal. I would stay off the oatmeal.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No,
so
she
I would
won't
get a
do
lighter grain like the farina. You know, Bob's Red Mill has a large assortment of those. And if you take a lighter grain, she could break that down and digest that much better. See
No, she
that
doesn't eat oatmeal. She'll only eat eggs. That's all. Eggs. She doesn't want anything else.
again, she said, I'm 94 years old.
well.
I ain't
Okay.
saying that.
All
I ain't
right.
getting in trouble. I ain't getting in
All right,
trouble, Big B. I am not getting in trouble.
Get the
Tell
brown one.
mom, bless her
Thank
heart.
y'all. Thank
All
you
right,
so
Jay,
much.
you got it. You got
And
it.
then be aware out there, everyone. They do have organic canola oil on the show.
Oh Lord, help me, y'all.
Ooh,
Look
Lord,
out,
how
look
does
out, look
that
out, look out,
happen?
look out, look out. They can come at you one way or the other.
I don't know how.
eggs.
Well, they also say organic seedless.
This is crazy.
All
I'm
right,
like, this is
Haraya, and then we're out,
insane.
Dr. P. Haraya.
Hey, good evening, family. Dr. Paul, you can see me, right?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. My eyes are looking a little puffy. Is this the kind of kidney puffiness you're talking about, or is this regular? Do I look
can't-
like?
Well,
We
I
can't see that well.
Can't see you that well right in front, but I would say, let me see if I can bring him. Let's see. Yeah, a little puffiness under the eyes. I can't really tell, but puffiness under the eyes definitely is a sign of the kidneys, and that's the kidney position for the points that we have for the body.
Yeah.
Puffiness is inflammation, and darkness is stress. The side in
Okay.
which it's on represents the side of the kidney that's having the problem. You know?
Okay.
So if one eye is a little bit more puffier than the other, then that's the inflammation on that kidney on that side.
Okay. And I've been sleeping all day because I sleep all the way up until it's time to eat for Ramadan. But anyway, the other thing I just want to quickly say, because I know you got to go. Back in the day, we used to get those big 5-gallon glass jugs from Whole Food when we was going up to the spring to get the water. And is it necessary to put, if we're going to store water for survival purposes, to put it in the glass jug? I mean, I know that would be dangerous, you know, maybe you could insulate it or something, but is it necessary? Okay, you keep it for 2 years in a plastic bottle.
Yeah, it extends in a cool, dark place, not interrupted by heat or sources like that. That gives it its longevity. That's what that's what the key is. And that's with anything. That's with herbs also. Everything cool, dark places. See, that means there's no interruption from the elements. There's no elements that can actually disturb it. So it stays longer in the process. Just understand that it's the plastics and stuff like that. It's the effects of what's around. So if it's in a cold environment or if it's a lot of heat, yeah, it's not going to last as long. But these 7s that we have, those 7s last a long time. Those 7s last a long time.
And lastly, a hernia in the stomach, like right up in the lung area, a hernia. What is good to take for that? You know,
right. You're talking about things like hiatal. Hiatal hernias are up around here. It's just a little hole in that area and pushing through. What we use, there's a formula. Without the diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. There is a #1 hernia formula that we recommend. It's called Hawthornia. 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 Not to be confused with hawthorn berries. This is a formula that's probably the best of all hernia formulas. So if you have either a hiatal or inguinal hernia of some side on whatever left side, this is the combination of herbs that will draw back in. Okay, that's the key. It's a hard injury to heal because, of course, you got gravity. Gravity is your biggest problem. as you lay down, it starts to heal, but then next thing you know, you get up and now it opens back up again. So it's a hard injury to correct. But at the same time, the Hawthornia, when you take that, these herbs move a little bit more on the astringent and can draw up muscles and start to treat also the area where the holes are. So they will actually tell you if you can do 3 bottles of this by the 3rd, you will know whether you have to go to a procedure, which means that you probably may have to do some surgery. Okay.
Okay, can you get that on Amazon?
Yeah, Hawthornia.
Yep,
Hawthornia.
Thank you.
Providence, I know she already got it up there. I don't know why I'm asking. Is she still here?
She said good night.
No,
so-
She said good night, Dr. Paul.
Okay, got
That's
it.
why I
So-
said we're at that point, because I know she had
All right.
missed.
All right, so let me see. I'm gonna grab this for you, but it's called Hawthornia.
Okay.
Hawthornia. Let me see if I can grab that. I'll let that be the last thing we grab for you today.
Right. Yes, sir.
And now there are some, yes, it is on Amazon. Yep,
Mhm.
it's on our, and it is, let me get that link. I'll get the link. It's very good because a lot of men have, of course, sports hernias.
Right.
And with that, trying to get everybody in here, Big B. Why can't I keep everyone in here? I'm gonna type this in here. Big B, oh, everyone in the meeting. Here it is. I got it. All right, I'm gonna punch this in. Can y'all still see this? That is it right there. Hawthornia. All right, so that would be the formula that, and you know who has that? Wayne Avenue and Mr. Pollock have that, both of them.
Okay, great,
Mhm,
great.
yep.
Good to know.
So definitely,
you.
Yep,
you know,
it's that.
definitely tell them and usually they try to keep it too, because a lot of people have the issues with hernia.
Right.
But
Thank
those
you
are the
very
ones.
much.
Okay, all right,
All
sounds
right,
good.
buddy. Hey, man.
All
we got
righty,
we
Big
got the
B.
road. Yeah,
That's
time is
it,
gotta
man.
go,
That's
man.
it.
Gotta
That's
go.
it.
Hey,
All
good,
right.
great class tonight, man. Thank you, everybody, for
Yes.
all your input that helps make us who we are, the family tree. That's what it's all about, all right? And my last little piece here, of course, as usual, what happens? You want to get a copy of tonight's chat? It was they say hot. That's hot, man. You get a copy of tonight's chat, send what? Send an email to me, Bill Morgan, at mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App, guys. That's $ Bill Morgan, BILMORGAN. And if you want to support through Zelle, you do what? You that Dr. Paul, that ID number is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Again, drpaul.herbs.com. Or use our P.O. Box in Mullica, New Jersey. That's Bill Morgan. P.O. Box 191, Mullica, New Jersey, 08062. Again, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Hey, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your enemies, bring your enemy. Right to the family tree. Next.
All right, I want to say thank you, y'all. Let's give
Yeah.
yourselves a hand, y'all. Give yourself a hand.
Yeah,
Give yourself a
buddy.
hand. Did you learn anything this evening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, all right. We don't charge you with anything other than the truth. Go share the information. Be a part of somebody's life by giving them the information. And guess
Yes.
what? You're going to be blessed for it.
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
I want to give a shout out and thanks to Prophetess. She already backed out of the
Yeah,
door.
she bounced a long time ago.
Bounced a long time ago because she said you going too long.
Yeah, buddy.
She done hit me a couple times. I want to get ready. Let's give Prophetess a hand. Because when she sees this, yes, give her a hand. Because when she sees the rebroadcast, she'll appreciate y'all. And of course, the host with the most. That's
Whoa,
Big
whoa,
Bill Morgan.
The
Thank
place
you,
to
buddy.
be, y'all.
I want to thank you. Y'all had some great questions tonight. This great questions. There was a lot of good information that went forward tonight. Share
Yes,
this
yes.
information. Make sure it's a part of every conversation. You got to start talking about this stuff.
That's right. That's
So
right.
we can save each other's lives by just sharing the information.
Yes,
So
yes.
God
Amen.
bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
you
gotta
shine.
All right.
God, God.
All right, Marcy.
Yeah.
I see you, Marcy. You revving
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
run
yeah.
there, revving, you revving up, big
All
big.
right, one
All right,
tempo.
let's turn. Hold up. Hold up,
Bring
hold up.
it.
I gotta turn
Hey,
my music up.
hey, 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 hey,
Tap, 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 tap. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Come on down, come on down.
yeah, yeah.
Good, good. You gotta do this every night. Tap, 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 tap. I see you, Marcy. Am I doing it right, Marcy? Yeah. Second over TV. On the left and the right side.
Yeah.
That's on the left side.
Yeah.
All right, what's
There you
the
go.
right side? Good.
Yeah,
All
buddy.
right, I want to do this one right here. Put your hands together like this. And I want you to just push it together and lock it in. Push. 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 Breathe out. Push. Push. There you go. Good. And hold it. And bring it on up. Bring it on up. Bring it on up. And breathe.
buddy.
And breathe. And breathe. And good. Good. I want you to go to your left. To your left. To your left. Your other left. Your other left.
Dr. Ball went to his other
And
left
then,
and fell
and
out
then
of
go
the
to
screen.
the right.
Oh, boy.
These cameras are backwards, man. I can't tell which is which. All right.
I
The
thought I
last
flipped my
one.
screen, that's
Come
why.
in here. And bring it on down. Clap,
Yeah, buddy.
clap, clap, and clap. And clap. Get that energy moving. Got a good song. Clap. Clap. And run it on down. This is an energy bath. This is an energy bath. Don't touch yourself, just ground yourself. Bring it all the way down. This is good for pain. Anything you're going through in your joints, your ligaments. Bring it on down. That's right. Clap. I see you bring it up. I see you, Rebecca. You in the bed. You in the bed, Rebecca. See you in the bed, Big B.
Yeah, I know.
What's up, Rita? What's up, Rosanna? What's up, cousin? Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. That energy in that area, your shoulder. Wherever you feel pain in the knee. Good intentions, right? One more time. Stop. Clap. 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 And clap. And the last one, hold. Move the top one. Keep the bottom still. You feel that energy? That's you. That's your energy. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thanks for tuning in to the Family Tree. All right, Big B.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all on the weekend.
Have a great weekend. In the weekend, Dr. P. Yeah, buddy. Hey.
Hey.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Yeah, hold up. Good
night. Good night, Tommy. Okay. Hey, free that.
Hold up. You in here. Hold up.
Move that.
We got somebody that want to pop in here. Yeah. Where is he? I want to say it. Come in here. Come in here. Say what's up, Jared. What's up with the world? Oh, he had a wonderful birthday.
All
I got a
right.
21-year-old now.
21 years old.
I can't tell him nothing. All right. We're going to count it on down.
Yeah, buddy.
Count it on down. Count it on down. Count it on down. 10, 9,
Yeah.
8,
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Bless y'all.
Bye, Dr. Pearl.
Take a nap.
All right, we'll see y'all on the weekend.
God bless you, everybody.
Night, family. We'll see you later.
All right, my say. Have a great week, everybody.
Off my phone.
My hands took away.